Anushka's life was a whirlwind of flour-dusted aprons and the warm, yeasty aroma of pizza dough. For 3 years, she had worked as a chef at Bella's Pizzeria, a cozy restaurant nestled in the heart of a bustling town. Her pizzas were legendary crusts, perfectly balanced sauces, and toppings arranged with an artist's precision. Customers came from miles away just to savor her creations. But Anushka's life wasn't just about kneading dough or perfecting recipes. Since her father's passing, she had shouldered the responsibility of supporting her mother and 2 younger sisters, a weight that pressed heavily on her slender frame but never dimmed her spirit. One sunny afternoon, as Anushka served a piping hot margarita pizza to a regular customer, he flashed a warm smile. "I come here every week just for your pizza, Anushka. You're a special cook," he said, his eyes lingering on her with quiet admiration. Blushing, Anushka thanked him and wished him a delicious meal. The man, Albert, was a familiar face. Always polite, always tipping generously. Over time, their brief exchanges at the counter grew into something more. One day, he mustered the courage to ask her to meet after her shift. Anushka, intrigued and flattered, agreed. They met at a quaint cafe down the street, where fairy lights twinkled against the evening sky. Over steaming cups of coffee, Albert's charm unfolded. "You have the most beautiful eyes," he said, his voice soft but sincere. "I'm Albert, an accountant. Tell me about you." Anushka shared her story, her love for cooking, the loss of her father, and her dream of owning a pizzeria where people would flock to taste her creations. "I'm responsible for my family now," she admitted, her voice tinged with both pride and exhaustion. "But I love what I do." Albert listened intently, his gaze warm and attentive. They parted that night with a promise to meet again, and soon, their coffee dates became a regular ritual. Each meeting deepened their connection. Albert's wit and easy laughter drew Anushka in, while her resilience and passion captivated him. One evening, under a starlit sky, Albert took her hand and confessed, "Anushka, I've fallen in love with you. Everything about you, your strength, your kindness, it's all I think about." Her heart raced. "You're not the only one," she whispered, her cheeks flushing. "I love you too." Their romance blossomed, and within months, Albert proposed. Anushka's joy was tempered by worry. "I love you, Albert," she said, hesitating, "but I'm the sole provider for my family. If we marry, will you support me? Will you let me keep working toward my dream?" Albert, though secretly reluctant, assured her, "I'll help you, Anushka. Don't worry." Convinced she had found a partner to share her burdens, Anushka said yes. Their wedding was a joyous affair, filled with laughter, music, and the scent of fresh roses. Anushka felt like she was stepping into a new chapter, one filled with hope and love. But dreams of a family proved elusive. Months turned into a year, and Anushka struggled to conceive. A visit to Dr. Patel, a kind but straightforward obstetrician, revealed a uterine condition that made pregnancy difficult. "There's a medication that can help," Dr. Patel explained, "a fertility stimulant, safe but expensive." Anushka's heart sank when Albert balked at the cost. "I don't have money for that," he snapped, his tone colder than she'd ever heard. Hurt, Anushka reminded him, "You promised to support me, Albert. This is important." His silence was deafening. Furious but determined, Anushka used her own savings to buy the medication, her trust in Albert beginning to crack. Months later, the impossible happened. Anushka was pregnant. She shared the news with Albert, expecting joy, but his smile was strained. At their next doctor's visit, Dr. Patel's eyes widened as she studied the ultrasound. "This is unprecedented," she said, her voice trembling with awe. "Anushka, you're carrying 17 twins. It's a miracle." Anushka's heart swelled with a mix of shock and elation, but Albert's face turned ashen. 17, he whispered, his voice barely audible. Dr. Patel outlined a rigorous care plan: daily folic acid to prevent birth defects, a diet rich in proteins and vegetables, 10 glasses of healthy fluids daily, regular injections, and strict rest. Avoid fried foods and alcohol, she advised. "This pregnancy is high risk, but the babies appear healthy. Come back weekly." Anushka nodded, overwhelmed but resolute. Albert, however, seemed to shrink into himself, his silence louder. Then words dotted home. Albert's shock gave way to panic. 17 children. "I can't afford this," he said, his voice sharp. "I'm helpless, Anushka. I can't take responsibility for this." Anushka's heart broke. "What do you mean? Are you leaving me alone?" she asked, tears welling. Albert's response was a knife to her heart. I need to travel for work, save money, and come back. There's no other way. Within days, he was gone, leaving Anushka to face the miracle and the burden alone. Pregnancy with 17 twins was no small feat. Anushka's body ached, her energy waned, and her emotions swung between hope and despair. Her mother and sisters rallied around her, helping with chores and offering comfort, but the weight of Albert's abandonment pressed heavily. One night, excruciating pain sent her to the hospital. The delivery room was a blur of lights, beeping monitors, and Dr. Patel's steady voice. "Push, Anushka," she urged as the babies came one after another in a surreal cascade. Hours later, exhausted but triumphant, Anushka had given birth to 17 healthy boys. Dr. Patel, visibly shaken, laughed. "This is a miracle. I'm taking a vacation after this." The world took notice. Headlines screamed, "Woman shatters record with 17 twins." Anushka named her sons with care, each name a piece of her heart. James, Jacob, Jared, Jarvis, Jason, Jeffrey, Jeremy, Jerome, Jesse, Jimmy, Joaquin, Jonathan, Jonas, Joseph, Julian, Jimbo, and with a playful nod to her love of sci-fi, Darth. The state honored her with the Ideal Mother Award and a substantial grant, recognizing her courage. Anushka's story captivated the nation, landing her on a popular TV show. "Welcome, Anushka," the host beamed. "Tell us about this miracle." Anushka, now a radiant mother, shared her journey. "I was a pizza chef, supporting my family. After my father's death, I married a man I loved, but he left when he learned about the twins. I waited so long to have children, and God blessed me with these angels. To every woman struggling with late pregnancy, don't lose hope. Your miracle will come." The audience roared with applause. With the state's grant, Anushka fulfilled her dream, opening Anushka's Pizzeria, a warm, inviting space where the scent of fresh dough drew crowds. She hired 6 maids to help care for her sons, creating a bustling but loving home. Her children became her world, their laughter filling the gaps Albert had left. Anushka found solace in their tiny hands and bright eyes, describing their nightly cuddles as her safe and secure zone. 20 years passed. Anushka's sons grew into remarkable men, doctors, engineers, artists, each carving their own path. The pizzeria thrived, a testament to her resilience. One quiet afternoon, as Anushka oversaw the lunch rush, a familiar figure stepped through the door. Albert, older and weathered, froze when he saw her. "Anushka," he stammered, "I've been looking for you." Her eyes hardened. "I'm the owner of this restaurant," she said coolly. "I raised 17 children without you. You abandoned us, Albert. My sons are doctors, engineers, strong men who don't know you because you never cared. I built my dream without you. You're a selfish coward, and I'll never forgive you." Albert's face crumpled with remorse, but Anushka turned away, her heart steady. He left, a shadow of the man she once loved, while Anushka stood tall, surrounded by the life she had built. Her story, a testament to strength and miracles, spread far and wide. Anushka's Pizzeria became more than a restaurant. It was a symbol of hope. A place where people came not just for pizza, but for the story of a woman who turned abandonment into triumph, and a miracle of 17 into a legacy of love.